Alrighty, so I've been back at SCAD for about a week now, and just this past, well, a few days ago actually, I bought a Longstrike, pretty much, well, entirely stock, from a friend of mine who nerfs, and I got it for $10 because he had it and he didn't want it for anything, so he just basically gave it away. And I figured this would be a good chance to make something fun because I like the Longstrike shell, but the internals, as I found out, I took out the air restrictor and did some other things inside, but it still just wasn't really very good. It wasn't as good as even a long shot whenever you just do basic modifications to it. So I decided to completely redo the internals with more or less pump snap internals. And at first I tried to make it breech loaded with the actual clip, but I guess I'm just not good enough or smart enough at this point to make that work, and I didn't. So that didn't plan out, but I still replaced the internals with basically this is 11 inches of 1 1/4 inch PVC pipe, and this is the priming rod, I guess. It's kind of tricky to pull back because there's 2 Home Depot springs in here. Oh, fudge. There we go. And basically there's the clothespin trigger. That's the very base of the little L bracket that's attached to it, and it's attached to a wire which leads to a key ring here inside. I wish I could have actually used the original trigger, but when I was doing the modifications to the inside to make it clip fed with the pump snap internals, I destroyed the rails that the trigger fit on, so that wasn't really an option. But this works just fine. It just doesn't look quite as good. And then, so there's this pulls back, and there's I think about 5 inches of draw, which is not bad. And then what makes this blaster really fun is this. Basically, this is attached to there's a 12-inch CPVC barrel going from right around here all the way out to wherever 12 inches is. And then there's a piece of 5/8 inch brass which slides over that and provides the actual seal and the breech. So then I just twist that, pull that forward, and there's the breech right in there. This is not my original idea. I got the idea from someone who I believe put a Titan tank or something inside one of these and did more or less the same kind of breech, but I thought it would be neat because it just works. And so then I put one of my little rifled Steffens in there and push it up a little bit. I've noticed that certainly helps get better range. And then I click it back and it's sealed more or less. I mean, it's not a perfect seal. I've never been able to get one of those so far, but it fires marvelously, and I'm getting at least equal ranges to my long shot, if not better. And so then I mean, this thing does get kind of in the way, much like a snap bow, if you don't have a stock on it. But like, I can't do that, otherwise it'll tear my cheek up as it goes across, but I can still hold it relatively comfortably. And I kept the stock because I just like the stock. There's no actual clip in here, but I filled in these holes here and here on both sides with glow-in-the-dark hot glue. Drac gave me that idea, and I think a long shot that he did. And so I'm going to fire it now at a box, which I've been firing tons of darts at, and it's full of holes. So you can see it. And it went into the box. I mean, this thing is at least as powerful as my long shot. So I'll fire it again just because it's fun. There we go. Pull that open. Slide that dart in there. Close it. And fire. So I really like the way this thing works. It's very fun, and I think I'm going to use it in lieu of my long shot for at least a few games. Probably next week, because next week is the next time that we actually have Snug, which is the Savannah Nerf Underground, which is where we have weekly battles around one of the dorms here at SCAD. But essentially, I think this is the only real thing that I've done particularly recently. Oh, I also got a Recon for pretty cheap, just like $10. And hopefully, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing with that, but I'll be putting some kind of betterness inside of it. I don't know, I'll have to figure that out as I go along. I've got an Alpha Trooper spring lying around because I took the Longstrike spring from this and put it in my Alpha Trooper, and I guess I'll put the Alpha Trooper spring in the Recon, see if that helps. But I think I'll probably start using that Recon instead of my Maverick, because, I mean, it's clip-fed and it takes streamlines quite well. I'll, of course, actually have to make it better than my Maverick to begin with, because my Maverick's pretty good. But I'm always up for a good challenge. Alrighty, there's my happy little singled snap. Not pump snap, snap. I just call it pump snap just because I guess that's what I'm used to. But my happy little snap internal Longstrike. And then, now that I've actually gotten rid of the original priming bar, it's very streamlined, kind of. And I really like the way it looks now, because, I mean, it doesn't have the priming handle, and it's just very nice and long, and it's got some good surfaces to hold on to. And I really like the Longstrike shell, so figured I might do something good with it. Well, have a great day.